You've seen the ocean, you've swum in it, flown over it, looked at it on every map you've ever owned. You think you know what it looks like. You don't, because everything you've ever seen of the ocean, every beach, every surfer, every cruise ship photo, all of that has happened in the top 2% of it. The other 98% is down there right now in complete darkness, and we have looked at less of it than we have looked at the surface of Mars. This is how deep the ocean actually is, and why that number should honestly terrify you a little. Here's the number. People usually guess when you ask them how deep the ocean is, maybe a few hundred meters. Deep enough to lose a ship, not deep enough to matter. The real average depth of the world's oceans is about 3,700 meters. That's over 2 miles straight down on average everywhere, not just in one trench, everywhere. If you took every mountain range, every skyscraper, every building humanity has ever constructed and dropped them into the ocean at its average depth, they would disappear without a trace. Mount Kilimanjaro, gone. The Burj Khalifa, the tallest building on Earth, gone with over 2 kilometers of water still on top of it. And that's just the average. We haven't even gotten to the part that should actually worry you. So let's actually go down there layer by layer, because the ocean isn't one place. It's 5 completely different worlds stacked on top of each other. The first 200 meters is called the sunlight zone. This is the ocean, the coral reefs, fish, surfers, scuba divers. 90% of all marine life lives here. It feels like the whole ocean. It's not even close. Below that is the twilight zone, down to about 1,000 meters. Sunlight is basically gone. Pressure is now crushing enough to kill an untrained human almost instantly. This is where the ocean starts producing creatures that look like they were designed to scare you on purpose. Animals with their own built-in lights, because the sun simply doesn't reach here anymore. Past 1,000 meters is the midnight zone. No light has ever touched this water. Not once, not ever in the history of the planet. Whatever lives down here has never seen the sun and never will. Then the abyssal zone, starting around 4,000 meters, flat, freezing, crushing plains that cover more of Earth's surface than every continent combined. Most of our planet, geographically speaking, looks like this. Not green hills, not deserts, endless black mud 4 kilometers under the waves. And then just when you think it can't possibly go any deeper, it does. There's a place in the Pacific Ocean called the Mariana Trench, specifically a point inside it called the Challenger Deep. And this is where the numbers stop feeling real. The Challenger Deep is almost 11,000 meters down, nearly 7 miles. To put that in perspective, if you took Mount Everest and the tallest point on the entire planet and dropped it into the Challenger Deep, its peak would still be over 2 kilometers underwater. The tallest mountain on Earth would completely disappear and leave room to spare. The pressure down there is over 1,000 times what you feel at sea level. That's the equivalent of about 50 jumbo jets stacked on top of a single human body. It's not survivable. It's barely engineerable. Humanity has only sent crude vehicles to that exact point a handful of times in all of history. More people have walked on the moon than have ever reached the deepest point of our own planet. Let that sit for a second. We know the surface of a rock 384,000 kilometers away better than we know the bottom of the ocean beneath our own boats. Here's the part that should really bother you. As of right now, only around 25% of the ocean floor has been mapped in any real detail. The rest is estimated using satellite gravity readings, essentially educated guesses based on how the water bulges over things we can't actually see. We have high-resolution maps of Mars. We have high-resolution maps of the far side of the moon. We do not have a high-resolution map of most of our own planet because it's sitting under kilometers of freezing, lightless, high-pressure water that makes exploration brutally expensive and dangerous. Which means, statistically, there are entire mountain ranges down there we haven't found yet, entire canyon systems, possibly entire ecosystems that have never been observed by a single human being, adapted to a world of total darkness and pressure that would instantly kill anything from the surface. We've discovered new species virtually every single time we've sent a vehicle down to the deep zones, not because they're rare, but because we've barely looked. So why does any of this matter beyond just being unsettling? Because it says something uncomfortable about how we think about exploration. We look up, we build telescopes, we send probes to Jupiter's moons, we plan missions to Mars, and all of that is incredible, genuinely. But the largest unexplored environment in our reach isn't 100 million kilometers away. It's 11 kilometers straight down, underwater we've been sailing over for thousands of years. Scientists studying Europa, one of Jupiter's icy moons, actually use the deep ocean as their closest comparison, because Europa is believed to have a dark, high-pressure ocean under its ice, possibly similar to conditions we already have right here at home. In a strange way, learning to survive our own deepest water might be the closest practice run we get for finding life somewhere else entirely. The ocean isn't just deep, it's the largest blind spot on the only planet we've ever actually lived on. So the next time you look out at the ocean from a beach or a plane window or a boat, remember that what you're looking at is a thin, sunlit skin stretched over something almost 7 miles deep in places, most of which no human eye has ever seen. We mapped the moon before we mapped our own backyard. If you like this, hit like and tell us in the comments if you want us to keep going. We're listening.